And we welcome you to live stream coverage here in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm Todd Ryan along with Bill McCulloch of 520 Sports. Bill, you happen to be up here today doing a basketball game, so you said, you know what? If you're going to be up here, I'll join you after the basketball game, and that's what brought you here to join me tonight as the American Leadership Academy Guardian girls volleyball team is taking on the Moon Valley Rockets team, and that's where we're at right now, Bill, in Moon Valley, at Moon Valley High School in Phoenix, Arizona.
Central Phoenix, Central North Phoenix. So,
but it's exciting because the buzzer getting ready to get things ready here. But it's exciting because, Bill, they're undefeated. ALA is 15-0, and they haven't lost a set yet.
That's incredible. I was talking to the ASU sports information director because I told him where I was going tonight and told him that they had not lost a set all season, and he was wow, that's just, you never hear about that. So definitely a good team in that regard. Moon Valley don't know a lot about them, but I mean, if they've got here to the second round, then they obviously have a quality product themselves, and they do have the home court, if you want to call it, advantage here in north central Phoenix. We're right off Cactus and the 17 freeway, for those of you who are familiar with Phoenix. And it should be a good matchup. This is 2A AIA state playoffs for volleyball.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, SSVEC, all of our sponsors, putting their investment into local youth sports and making this coverage free to use. Stop by our list of sponsor locations and do business with the businesses that support the stuff that you love. We have all the list of businesses in our post description of this video and all of our sports videos. So please, folks, support our sponsors as best you can. It allows me to, and all of our sports folks, to travel all over the state if we have to, and even be here tonight. And looking forward to this play-by-play coverage with you tonight, as it's the second round of the playoffs for the American Leadership Academy Guardian female team. And we're glad that we could bring the game back to you in Cochise County and Sierra Vista for those of you who could not make the trip tonight. A big thank you as well to the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty, proud to support our young athletes all season. Barnett's Towing and Barnett's Propane, serving our community since 1963. Copper Queen Community Hospital of Cochise County. Check out their new physical therapy department in Hereford. Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up. Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard, now open Saturdays, 9 to 2. ALLO Fiber is now ready to serve you in Sierra Vista. Your new home team internet, TV, and phone provider. Go to allofiber.com. Right Way, now serving Sierra Vista and Cochise County, providing heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical services. American Southwest Credit Union, thank them as well, too. Go to ascu.org, and you can get up to a $6,000 interest-free loan if you're part of the government furlough in any way, and you have been furloughed. You can get a $6,000 interest-free loan from American Southwest Credit Union. Thank you as well to Sierra Toyota. They want to buy your car, truck, or SUV. Get your vehicle appraised in 30 minutes or less. You won't be turned away. Sierra Toyota, locally owned, community and community driven. Well, the teams are getting some practice time in. It looks like, as I see the clock there, Bill, it'll be about another 2 minutes and 45 seconds here before we get underway with the actual game.
Yeah, just getting their last warm-up spikes in. Each team taking turns. Moon Valley just completed their warm-ups, and ALA Sierra Vista is doing theirs as well.
I want to let folks know that ALA is red, and the Guardians are red to your left on the screen, and the Moon Valley is white to your right.
White with green trim. So
yeah, with green trim and dark letters and green trim.
So the Guardians and the Rockets tonight, round 2 for the AIA 2A state championships in girls volleyball.
And this is the Canyon Athletic Association bill.
Oh, it's not AIA?
Not AIA.
Okay.
It's a Canyon Athletic Association. So in case folks didn't know that, that's the situation there. But we're about a minute and 36 seconds left to go here for game time. I want to thank Eagle Plumbing, providing expert service in Cochise County for over 50 years, family owned and trusted for everything from leaks to major repairs. They're just one call away. Eagle Plumbing, proud supporters of local sports. TWN Communications, delivering high-speed, affordable, and reliable internet and digital phone service with no data caps ever at TWN Communications. Thank you to Vinny's Pizza of Sierra Vista, serving the community for 45 years with great pizza, wings, and sandwiches. They're proud to support this live stream coverage of ALA and the girls volleyball team in their quest for a Canyon Athletic Association state championship. And they have got a good start for making that dream come true, as they are 15-0 after their win on Wednesday in the first round of the playoffs in Sierra Vista at ALA, winning 3-0 on Wednesday night.
Yeah, that's not something that you ever hear with a team going the entire season without losing a set. You know, it's one thing to take every match 3-0. But that's an incredible stat, especially at this level of play.
Joanna Durham. Thank you. Joanna Durham is the head coach.
Is the ALA head coach? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what a season they've had already. You know, like Todd said, undefeated, never losing a set. That's incredible. And they're going to take on Moon Valley tonight. Moon Valley has the home court advantage. And Sequoia Pathfinder is the head coach for the Rockets.
Welcome to the Canyon Athletic Association Division II semifinal matchup between the number 6 seed Sequoia Pathfinder Academy Dorado Jets.
Oh, Sequoia Pathfinder is the
and the
school.
number 2 seed American Leadership Academy from Sierra Vista Guardians.
Okay.
So it's not Moon Valley, it's Sequoia Pathfinder.
Introducing first the
We're
Jets.
just playing at Moon
Number
Valley.
1, Isis Henderson. Number 6, Lila Zimmerman. Number 7, Sydney Gonzalez.
So introducing the starting lineups for both squads.
Number 8, Ali Enciso. Number 10, Mila Primo. Libero and captain, number 4, Jody Chandler. And captain, number 2, Chloe Perkins. The Jets are coached by assistant Ali Lanib and Silvana Colma, and head coach Carl Perkins Jr. And now, for the home team, the Guardians, number 2, Victoria Cerrone. Number 5, Charlotte Iba. Number 6, Vivian Scott. Number 11, Logan Mazzanti. Number 12, Ava Olmstead. Libero, number 3, Julie Rollins. And captain, number 21, Stella Thorne. The Guardians are coached by assistant John McGuire and head coach Joanna Durham. If you all rise for the playing of the national anthem.
So almost ready to go here. First team to win 3 sets will advance to round 3 of the CAA playoff. And we made an error initially. The team with the white and green is Sequoia Pathway. I'm not sure what their mascot is, but they're the team that ALA Sierra Vista will be playing tonight. They're the number 16 seed, and ALA Sierra Vista the number 1 seed heading into this matchup. So both teams getting final instructions here.
Sequoia Pathway Academy, I believe.
Pathway,
right? That's from Maricopa?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, we apologize about that. Glad we got it right here. But we're actually playing at Moon Valley Rockets School. And they're against the ALA taking on Sequoia Pathway Academy.
So 2 academies facing off against each other tonight.
Are Rebecca Stevenson, Scott Rhodes, Jonas Harmon, and Robert Mulham. Spectators, reminder, let's keep the sportsmanship at its highest at all times and cheer these players on to punch their ticket at Arizona State University on Monday, November 10th. Let's have some fun.
So the finals will be played up at ASU on November 10th. Probably going to be either in Desert Financial Arena or at Mullet Arena. Both have hosted volleyball in the Big 12 matchups.
You've done a lot of broadcasts with all kinds of games up in this neck of the woods throughout the years, haven't you, Bill?
Yes, this is my second home up here. I'm up here almost every weekend, or at least every other weekend. Before I came to this game tonight, I was doing the Arizona State women's basketball game against Eastern Washington, and they won by 22 points. Molly Miller, the former coach at Grand Canyon University, not too far from here, was hired at Arizona State last spring, and so far she's 2-0 in the young season, and a lot of good potential, not only with her, but the players that she got off the transfer portal. They're definitely a fun team to watch. But tonight is volleyball here at Moon Valley High School, and we are almost ready to go.
Big thank you to our presenting sponsor, SSVEC, serving our community, Sulphur Spring Valley Electric Cooperative. We are almost ready to go.
First serve. And up on the side. And a long spike to the back part of the court. And not able to be handled by ALA. And it is 1-0 in favor of the pathway. Sequoia Pathway, yes. Here we go, up for the spike on the far side, and hits it sideways. So ALA looks a little nervous right now, Todd. Down 2-0, it's still early.
Second round of the playoffs for ALA.
So nice serve to the back part of the court. And hit it over on the second hit, and you can do that in volleyball. You don't have to wait for the third hit. And very much surprised Sequoia Pathway. And ALA is on the board, down 1-2. Actually, there we go. There's the ball. So it'll be 1-2. And too far and out of bounds. So that's going to be a point for Sequoia Pathway now. They will be getting ready to serve themselves on the side out.
ALA in red, and to your left of your screen, Sequoia Pathway in white.
So the first serve, and a service ace for Sequoia Pathway. That was a nice hard serve, but it just died. And hard to pick up off the floor. Nice effort by ALA, but the point goes to Sequoia. Now up 4-1. Another hard serve to the back row. Nice block, but picked up by ALA. Second block, and that's going to be a point for ALA Sierra Vista as they get their second point of the match. And some more substitutions coming in for the Guardians. Ava Olmstead is the player coming into the game. Ornstad, excuse me. Nice pad. Nice serve, and Sequoia just having to get it over on that third tip. Up for the spike. Recovered. Here comes their chance. And nice job by ALA to get the ball over. Once again, here comes the block on this side, and it looks like they're going to have a into the net call on ALA Guardians. So that'll be a point for Sequoia Pathway, now up 6-2. So 6-2 here. And another service ace. No, excuse me, that was out to Sequoia, or excuse me, to ALA Sierra Vista Guardians, and now they have 3 points. It's 3-6. Nice deep serve. And see if they get it over on the third hit, but not a spike. Here comes the spike, and just a little dink recovered by Sequoia. And nice block by number 21 for, that's Stella Thorne for the Guardians on a nice block.
So ALA now making a bit of a comeback here after a shaky start.
So 4-6 now. Backside block, recovered. And nice save by, oh, and it's going to be in just inside the red line. Sequoia Pathway chose not to go after the ball, and it landed a few inches inside the red line for a point. And it's 6-5 now. So 5-6 now. And into the net, and we'll go to the other side on the side out. Nice deep serve again. Hard smash, but just out. And a point over to Sequoia Pathway. So they'll serve it again, 7-5 as they lead by a couple of points. Deep serve. And over the net on the third hit. Nice job by ALA. And once again, we're going to be into the net by the Guardians. That's going to be a point for the Pathfinders. So 8-5 now here in the first set. So substitution coming in to serve for Sequoia Pathway. 8-5. And that's also into the net. So we'll go back the other way. And that point for the Guardians. So Logan Mazzanti with a great serve, and they were unable to return it, Todd. And it's now 7-8, I believe, if they change the scoreboard.
Yep,
there we go.
They just
okay. Did. You know, we're on top of it here at Cool
yeah,
FM.
That's right.
Nice hard serve again, but way too hard, and goes out of bounds. So side out over to the Pathfinders. And 9 serving 7. That backboard's kind of right in the way of the Pathfinder's scoreboard. Nice hard serve, but picked up by ALA, and a little confusion on the third hit. And the ball falls harmlessly to the floor. So 10-7 now here in the first set. Here comes a big hit from the middle blocker. Recovered by the Pathfinders. The block. And blocked by the Guardians. Once again, they getting up on that net and blocking those attempted spikes. So nice job by the Guardians. Keeping it close, 10-8, 8 serving 10. Comes a spike from the near side. Nice pickup on the defensive end. Little dink across the net. And hard smash right down the middle in the back row for a point. And we show 11 now will be serving 8 as Sequoia Pathway with the point. So far, some great action with both squads. And once again into the net, so the ball will go back over to the Guardians as they pick up the point. And I believe it's 9 serving 11. I'm having a little difficult time reading the Sequoia score
over there,
in the background. Oh, okay. And just a dink over. And once again, some confusion on the part of the Guardians. And it'll go back over to Sequoia Pathway. Pathfinders up 12, serving 9. Once again, a deep serve. Spike on the far side, picked up nicely by Sequoia. And not able to get it back over. That was a rocket smash for the Guardians, and how appropriate. We were at the Moon Valley Rockets gymnasium. So 10 serving 12 now as the Guardians get the side out. And in for a service ace right on the line. And in volleyball, the line is considered inbounds. So we've got a 1-point match here. 11 serving 12. Guardians trying to tie it up here. They've been behind the whole match so far. Something they're not used to. Hits it backwards, and they have to just save it on that third hit. Here comes the Guardians. Cross court and out of bounds. Looks like he slipped a little bit on the floor. They may want to get a towel over there. I don't know. So point over to the Pathfinders, 13 serving 11. Nice hard serve. And almost hit the roof. Here's the spike attempt, partially blocked. What a recovery by, wow. Boy, this is a good ball and out. What a recovery by the Guardians. That was a whisker away from hitting the floor. And they somehow got it up in the air and got the ball over the net on the third hit. That's great volleyball, I'll tell you. So 12 serving 13 as once again the Guardians try to bring it to a tie game. And a service ace by the Guardians. And we're all tied up here at 13. Those of you who may or may not know, the game goes to 25. You have to win by 2.
Second round of the playoffs.
Hard serve, and they're going to let that go out of bounds. So once again, point goes back over to the Pathfinders, and they will be serving 14, serving 13 as they go back in front by 1 point. Nice deep serve again. Once again, hits the roof, and no chance for them to recover on that. This is kind of a low roof, I would say, Todd, for volleyball.
Yeah.
For basketball, it's fine, but for volleyball, it's rather difficult sometimes not to hit the roof. So 15 serving 13 now. Over on the first tip, and they're going to have a hard time. They do not get it over on the third hit, and point goes to the ALA Sierra Vista girls. 14 serving 15 now. ALA's never been ahead in this game. They did tie it once at 13, and they're trying to tie it again here at 15. Nice hard serve to the back row. Once again, hits the roof on that side. And over on the third hit, here comes the attack by the Guardians. Far side spike attempt, cross court. Nice pickup by the Pathfinders. Once again, they get it over. And a little dink, but they did recover to the back row. And into the net. Unfortunately, a point for the Pathfinders. Stella Thorne was the player that hit it into the net. So 16 serving 14 now as this game has been close the whole way. And that's what the playoffs are all about. Nice hard serve again. Here comes the attack by the Guardians. Back over and into the net. A point for ALA Sierra Vista. So once again, they're looking to tie the score. 15 serving 16.
Sequoia Pathway in white to our right, and the ALA Guardians in red to the left of your screen.
Nice serve to the back row once again. And they're going to have to hit the third one way over from the back. Nice job by the Guardians to get it deep into the court. And just a little dink over the net, and it bounced off a couple of players and onto the ground for a point. So we got a tie game. We should be tied.
Oh, no, they gave it to...
Oh, they gave it to...
Sequoia.
Oh, they gave the point to Sequoia. Maybe he was into the net by the Guardians. That was close. So instead of being tied, it's 17 serving 15 now. And over into the back row. Once again, nice save by the Guardians initially, but nobody could get to that second hit, and a point goes to the Pathfinders. 18 serving 15. And nice hard serve for an ace. 19 serving 15. I think this is the biggest lead of the match so far, 4 points. And we're getting into the last part of the match, so the Guardians cannot make mistakes. Once again, a service ace. And point number 20 for Sequoia Pathway. That's going to cause the Guardians to call a timeout. First team to 25, so the Guardians got to tighten up here, and they've got to score 10 points to win this match. Once again, they have not lost a match all season, which is remarkable.
Big thank you to Duran Plumbing, serving Sierra Vista and Cochise County for residential and commercial plumbing projects for 10 plus years with a lifetime of experience in the industry. Proud supporter of our local sports. Prestige Remodeling and Home Care, or Prestige Remodeling and Restoration, I should say, LLC. Sierra Vista has pioneered a visionary approach of customer-centric service. Visit them online at prestigesierravista.com for all of your home remodeling needs.
So after the timeout, both teams returning to the court. And Sequoia Pathway with the serve, 20 serving 15. Once again, deep serve to the back row. Here comes the spike, recovered by the Pathfinders. Back over on top. And once again, a nice volley going on here between both squads. Hits it over on the second hit. Here comes the attack by the... And into the net. I believe that was into the net by Sequoia Pathway. So 16 serving 20 now. And just going to have to get it over on the third set. Here comes the attack by the Guardians. Cross-court spike picked up. And once again, number 10 was over the line. You can't be over that line. And a point for ALA. So they're trying to come back, 17 serving 20.
This is the first set of the night if you're just joining us.
Once again, nice deep serve. Here comes the Pathfinders attack. And nice spike to the back corner of the Guardians side for the point, and point number 21. Nice hard serve. Into the net and blocked by Sequoia Pathway. So they're 3 points from taking this first set and handing the Guardians their first ever set loss of the season. 22 serving 17. Just having to get it across. Here comes the attack by the Sequoia. Back and forth we go. Nice action here. Cross court. And once again, just having to get it over, but they got it over successfully. Ooh, nice dink, but picked up by ALA. And this is the best rally of the whole match. And finally put away by ALA. Sierra Vista. Stella Thorne with the kill shot after a long back and forth rally by both squads. That was exciting. 18 serving 22. Maybe that'll give a little spark to the Guardians. Nice pickup off the spike, and here comes the attack by the Guardians. A nice spike right to the back line for a point. So here comes Sierra Vista, 19 serving 22, as Thorne will take the serve now for ALA Sierra Vista. Once again, a nice long serve. Oh, and once again, a nice spike on the attack by Sierra Vista. That's Victoria Saran. Or Saren, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And the Guardians get their 20th point. Now down only by 2. 20 serving 22 now as they make a little bit of a run. And over on the third hit, kind of surprised the back row there a little bit. And into the net. And here comes the Guardians.
What a comeback, Bill.
Run off 4 straight points, and that's going to cause a timeout by Sequoia Pathway as they are up only by 1 now. Once again, you have to win by 2. And it's first team to 25. Unless it's 25 to 24, then you would play on.
And Sequoia Pathway is up 22 to 21 now. The Guardians do still have the serve. And we've got quite a first set match here to kick off the second round of the playoffs here at Moon Valley High School in Phoenix, Arizona. ALA girls undefeated, 15-0. They have not even lost a match set at all, but this one is a little nervous, Bill.
Yeah, but they got a lot of pride, and it shows a lot of grit to come back after being down by 4.
Yeah.
And they are 1 point away from tying this baby up.
So here we go, 22-21.
Once again, Thorne with the serve. Nice long serve. just out. Boy, that was not out by very much. So 23-21, and now the pressure back on the Guardians. And point goes back over to Sierra Vista. So now 23-22. I think we may get a little extra play on this past 25. Vivian Scott was the server. He hits it long, so game point, or set point, I should say, in volleyball language.
Yeah.
Set point here for Sequoia Pathway. Nice seat serve. And there's your winner as Sequoia Pathway takes the first set, 25-22. And breaking the string of never having lost a set. So the Guardians now down 1-0. And they'll have a chance to tie it back up. First team to 3-set wins will take the match. 5-set maximum if you go 3-2.
Well, this Sequoia Pathway team, Bill, is obviously a real talented team. Close,
especially being
towards
ranked number 6.
Yeah.
But when you get to this part of the playoffs, especially the second round, your record doesn't matter because everybody that gets this far is quality, plays quality volleyball.
Big thank you to Seniors Helping Seniors. At Seniors Helping Seniors, their caregivers are seniors themselves. They show up ready to exceed expectations. Check them out at southernArizonaSHS.com. Desert RV in Huachuca City, aiming to build a community that surpasses RVs by giving back through local youth sports sponsorships, veteran support, and community fundraising events. Go to desertrvcenter.com. They're located in Huachuca City. Jeff and the gang over there, great people. Get your next RV or RV serviced over at Desert RV. Stan Greer Millworks, Southeastern Arizona's premier supplier of custom doors and windows with a distinguished history spanning 40 years. StanGreerMillworks.com. Pass on a legacy with Stan Greer Millworks. All right, well, a bit of new territory, Bill, for the ALA girls, losing their first set of the season, of the year for them in volleyball, and the second round of the playoffs here at Moon Valley High School in Phoenix, Arizona. So they got to get it together. They got to come out strong here in the second set.
So they did show a lot of resilience, down 21-17, and then they came back and went back and forth for a couple of points, never getting that tie again. They tied it at 13 early in the match, but they did play. I mean, they weren't blown out by any means, 25-22. So maybe they're just getting warmed up. We'll just have to see what happens here in set number 2, and Sequoia Pathway leading 1-0. I like saying nil. Little volleyball lingo there.
ALA Guardians to your left of the screen in red, and Sequoia Pathway from Maricopa in white and dark lettering with green outline. And we are set to get underway. I'm Todd Ryan along with Bill McCulloch from 520 Sports.
So you'll notice, too, the two players on either side with different colored uniforms. Those are the liberos. Those are the ones that chase the ball all over the court. Here comes the attack, and they had to just barely get it over. Spike to the back part of the court and out of bounds. So the Pathfinders up 1-0 here in the second set. And the set was just a little too far into the net, and they weren't able to recover. So once again, the point goes over to the Pathfinders, and now they are up by 2. Hit the top of the net. Guardians recover, and here comes the attack by the Pathfinders. Just have to get it over. Didn't really get a good look at it. And looks like the point will go back over to Sequoia Pathway, as I believe they called a double hit on that, Todd. So it's up by 3 now here in the second set. You don't want to let them get too far ahead. And service ace once again, just placed beautifully past the front line, but in front of the back line. And now up by 4. Deep serve to the back row now. Here comes the attack, Thorne. Nice attacking spike, and that's going to get the Guardians on the board. It'll be 1 serving 4 as Thorne goes back and will serve again. Stella Thorne. Nice serve to the back and just falls to the court. Wasn't able to recover from Thorne's serve. That was a nice hard serve. And they've scored 2 in a row now, Todd, down 2-4. And into the net, not quite high enough. And that'll give the point over to the Pathfinders, now up 5, serving 2. Second round of the 2A volleyball playoffs, Canyon Athletic Association. Serve to the back row. And over on the second hit, and they put it right back over on the other side. Thorne hits it to the back row. Now here comes Sequoia Pathway. And nice spike on the far side for the Guardians. Dixie Evans puts it away. So point number 3 for the Guardians now. And Vivian Scott with the serve. Nice low serve. And they're going to have to just hit it over on the third hit. Here comes the Guardians. Oh, nice. Tough hit, just not high enough, and it goes into the net for the 6 point for the Pathfinders, and they are up now 6-3. Guardians need to take this set to tie the match up at 1 apiece. Service is long and wide, so that will get the ball back over to ALA Sierra Vista. Number 8, Dixie Evans, coming into the match for the Guardians. And hits the net, so that's another point for the Pathfinders. They'll be serving now up 7-4.
ALA down 1-0. Best of 3. We're in the second set.
And that's going to be into the net, and we'll side out to the Guardians. Be 5 serving 7. First team to win 3 sets takes the match. It can go a maximum of 5 sets. Nice serve by the Guardians. Nice pickup off the spike. Thorne puts it over. Up for the block. Nice block. They did recover. Oh. And get the point, but Thorne and one of the other players kind of celebrated early, and the game was still going on. You got to be careful. And it's now 6-7. trying to tie it up here. And way too long, so it's out. So right now, every time the Guardians have had a chance to tie, they have a service mistake. And they go down by 2. So now it's 8-6 for the Pathfinders. Over on the first hit. Nice dig off the floor by the Guardians. Little dink. And a nice spike that puts it away for the Guardians. That was number 8, Dixie Evans, with a nice smash over the net. And once again, pulls within 1, 7 serving 8. Let's see if they can get this serve in. Backline serve, that was nice. Here comes the attack by the Pathfinders into the net. And we're all tied up, Todd.
We are.
8 apiece.
Hope is alive here, and a nice momentum underway here for the Guardians.
Right on the line with the serve. They chose to hit it, and they're just going to have to get it over on the third hit. Here comes the attack. Oh, over in 2. Tried to surprise them, almost did. And that one's going to be long, and the Pathfinders would go back up on top, 9-8. So the Guardians having a hard time getting that lead. They did not lead the entire first set. They had it tied at 13, eventually falling 25-22. Once again, a nice serve, but a nice pickup. And once again, a long spike. So now it's 10-8 in favor of Sequoia Pathway. And nice serve right along the line. Kind of handcuffed the Guardians. And now the Pathfinders up by 3 now, 11 serving 8. And once again, way too strong. And point number 12 for the Pathfinders, now up by 4, 12 serving 8. If ALA Sierra Vista loses this set, they would have to win the final 3 to take the match. That's a tough hole to dig yourselves out of. Here comes the attack by the Pathfinders. And just out. So point over to ALA Sierra Vista now, 9 serving 12. Victoria Saran will be the server for the Guardians. I believe they change sides after this set is over. But
And how many total sets are there, Bill?
there's a maximum of 5. You have to win 3. So if you go 3 and 2,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
it's not best of 3. It's whoever wins 3. So, but if the Guardians lose this, they would have to win the final 3. Bourne with a nice spike to the back corner for the point. And point number 10 for the Guardians now, serving 10 serving 12.
And with the way Sequoia Pathway has been playing, Bill, they don't. American Leadership Academy can't afford to lose this set.
Exactly. Sequoia Pathway has never trailed in either set. And once again, I believe we're within 1. Yes, 11 serving 12. Nice deep serve. Here comes the attack. Nice dig by the back row of the Guardians. And once again, confusion, and the ball falls to the court. So we are all tied up now at 12. And let's see if the Guardians can finally take the lead. They have not had the lead in the match so far.
Guardians are down 1-0. We're in the second set, all tied up.
Dixie Evans is the server, and once again, the serve kills them on that tie score, and back behind they go. And the Pathfinders will serve 13 to 12. Here comes the attack. Thorne to the backside, a little long for point number 14 for the Pathfinders. Stella Thorne seems to be their big hitter. Over in one. And to the backside, way long. And point goes to the Guardians now, down by one once again, trying to bring it back to a tie set. And Thorne will be serving. Little backspin on it, and a nice ace, service ace for Stella Thorne. Had a lot of backspin on it as she had it off her hands. And we're tied up at 14. Now let's see if the Guardians can take the lead. Nice serve to the backside. They're just going to have to get it over. Nice recovery by the Guardians. Here's their chance. And once again, the Pathfinders just a little dink over. And into the net. But once again, they cannot seem to get ahead and fall behind again to 15 to 14. Like we mentioned, that they cannot afford to lose this set because that would force them to win the final 3 sets to take the match, and that's something that no team wants. Nice serve right along the side. Over, but recovered by the Pathfinders. Here's their attack off the hands of Thorne for point 16, and now up by 2. So the Guardians with their hands full tonight here at Moon Valley High School. Deep serve to the back line. Nice recovery by the Guardians. Here comes the block. Over in 2. And once again into the net. Point 17. So the Guardians fall down by 3 now. Chipped off the first hand. Here comes the attack by Sequoia. And to the back line and too hard to handle. And the point goes over to the Guardians. They'll be serving now 15, serving 17. Deep serve by the Guardians. And they're just going to have to get it. Didn't even get it over. Just kind of crawled along the top of the net and fell back on Sequoia Pathway's side for the point. So 16 versus 17. Once again, the Guardians trying to tie it up here about the middle of the second set. Nice hard serve to the back line. And they're going to have to just get it over in 3. Here comes the attack. And nice right down Main Street for the put away. And we're tied at 17.
We're in the second set. ALA down 1-0 here, round 2 of the playoffs.
Vivian Scott with the serve. Nice serve.
Oh!
Finally.
The jinx has been broken.
The jinx has been broken. The Guardians up 18-17. Keeping it close and finally taking their chance when the opportunity arose. And now up by a point. Let's see if they can put a little pressure on this Sequoia Pathway team who has not trailed up until this point.
And this is their first lead of the night.
Once again, hard serve to the back row.
Oh my God.
And over in 3, nice recovery by the Guardians. Here comes the attack by Sequoia. Blocked and over again in 3. And there it is on the put away. And oh my, we've got a 2-point lead now for ALA Sierra Vista. Let's see if they can keep the pressure on here, up 19-17.
ALA seems to be finding their mojo finally here in this game.
And oh, nice serve, just barely cleared the top of the net. Nice recovery, over in 2. And just on the other side of the net, kind of handcuffed the Pathfinders. And the Guardians on a 4-0 run here in the last part of the second set. If they can take this set, we'll all be tied up at 1, and then it'll be a best of 3. And once again, a service ace by number 6, Vivian Scott. What a serve. 21-17. Now they have the 4-point lead, Todd. Trying to keep the foot on the neck of Sequoia Pathway. And long serve is going to be too far. And a point goes to the Pathfinders now. 18 serving 21. So a nice run to not only take the lead, but put a little cushion between them and Sequoia Pathway. And once again, some confusion. So 2 quick points for the Pathfinders. Now they find themselves only down by 2, 21-19 with the serve. Deep serve. And right down on number 2 with a hard smash, Victoria Saran. And 22-19 now, 3 points away from taking set number 2. Don't go away, though. This is volleyball, and we've had some really good rallies on both sides. Over in 2, blocked initially, and point goes to the Pathfinders.
This set definitely coming down to the wire. 22-20 now. Sequoia Pathway down by 2. ALA in the lead in the second set. They're down 1-0.
So 20 serving 22 here in set number 2. And into the net for the 23rd point for the Guardians. So they're 2 points shy of tying this match up. The serve has been their Achilles heel, though, I'll tell you. Victoria Saran with the serve, deep serve, and once again, that serve comes back to bite them. And now a 2-point game, 23-21, with the serve out, the side out to the Pathfinders. And a timeout called by the Guardians. They want to talk it over. They cannot let this one slip away, Todd.
No, they can't. They're leading by 2 points in this set, 23-21. They're down by 1 set overall, as this is the second set. Sequoia Pathway, definitely a talented young team here. And ALA has definitely met their match, but they're definitely not out of it. And they just need a few more points here. Hopefully,
just 2 more points. Now, once again, let's go over the rules. You have to win by 2.
Okay, yep.
So it can't be 25-24. You would just keep playing on until you got a 2-point advantage. It'd be kind of like overtime in football.
Right.
Or basketball, even to that matter. So very crucial time, critical time in the match here. Guardians hanging on to a 2-point lead after storming back with 5 consecutive points. And Sequoia Pathfinders ready to serve. Officials getting ready. And here we go. Deep serve. Over in 2. Kind of hit the net on both sides. Guardians get it over. Here comes the attack by the Pathfinders, and they put the ball away on a nice hard smash by number 2. So now ALA Sierra Vista only up by 1, 23-22, and looking for a side out. Into the net. So here we go with set points. And once again, the service has been the issue for the Guardians tonight. Vivian Scott comes into the match, and she'll play front line. Over in 3. Comes the attack, and away, there you go. We're all tied up. Same score, both sets.
Oh, that's right. 25-22, ALA wins the second set after losing 25-22 in the first set. So we're all tied up in sets.
And that was crucial.
That was huge. And now I
So
sense
now it's a best of 3.
now it is the best of 3.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that whoever
No,
wins,
but it's 1-1, so now it's
okay.
so it tied up at 1 apiece, and whoever wins the next 2 will take the match and advance to the 3rd round. Quite a match here between both squads. A lot of talent on both sides.
Well, they certainly seem evenly matched. That's for sure. We've got 2 minutes left and counting here in the in-between sets here.
Now, they may not change sides. I know in college volleyball, after they don't change sides. Okay, so high school volleyball does not change sides.
Stop changing sides because back in COVID, they found that it just made the game move a little bit more smoothly to stay where we were.
That makes sense. So we got an explanation on that. After the COVID situation, they wanted the fluidity of the match to just keep going and not be broken up, so they just stay on the same side. Unlike in the NCAA, they will change sides after the second set.
Okay, gotcha.
So
Big thank you to Burger King. Hey, Bisbee, your local Burger King has a new look and a kids' indoor playground. Come visit their brand new location, 1221 Naco Highway. Bring your family and enjoy your flame-grilled faves at BK. Have it your way. You rule. Thank you to Ed Morse Automotive Group, Sierra Vista. Stop in today and experience the difference. Cochise County is now backed by Morse, and we thank Ed Morse Automotive Group for their coverage all season long of our sports. We can't do it without them and all of our sponsors. If you'd like to be a sponsor, make sure you contact us anytime at Cool FM Live. You can message us, you can email us, you can go to our website, coolfmonline.com, and make sure you follow us. If you're watching us and you're new to us, follow us on Facebook at Cool FM Live, Instagram as well, and our YouTube page at Cool FM Live. And Bill, you're with 520 Sports out of Tucson. You've been joining us, and we've been teaming up this year for a lot of broadcasts as well.
And actually, I changed hats earlier in the day. We went 602 Sports for the ASU women's basketball game. And they end up winning by 22 points as they took it to Eastern Washington in the second half, in quarter number 3 especially. And the one thing unique and the nice about the ASU win is talking to Coach Molly Miller in the press conference after the game. They held the Eagles to 2 single-point quarters. They only scored 7 points in the first quarter and 9 in the third quarter. And that's quite a feat in college basketball. So here we go, set number 3, all tied up, 1 apiece. Almost had a chicken fight down there with the coaches. They were messing around with her, the coach for ALA. So once again, we do not change sides in high school volleyball as they do in the next level up NCAA volleyball.
And this is the Canyon Athletic Association conference playoffs. We're at Moon Valley High School in Phoenix, Arizona tonight. And
so you can definitely tell the elation on the faces of the Guardians now tied up 1-1, not having to win the next 3 sets to take the match. Once again, Thorne with a nice serve to the middle part and a service ace. And that is the first time in the match that ALA has started off with the lead.
Yeah. I'm sensing some momentum
Yeah, I think the momentum is changing here. And over on the in one, Thorne puts it to the back row, giving her a chance to reset the line. And a nice block. Nice tandem block by number 12 and number 2. Two is Victoria Saron, 12 is Ava Olmstad. And out on the long spike attempt for the Pathfinders, and they find themselves down quickly, 3-0, excuse me. Thorne with a nice deep serve, and nice recovery by the Pathfinders. Here comes the attack with the Guardians. And off the hands, out of bounds, it'll be point Sierra Vista. No, excuse me, it'll be point over to the Pathfinders. I don't understand that. She hit it into her hands and it went out of bounds. That should have. No argument on the ALA side, so apparently a good call by the officials. 1 serving 3 now in set number 3. Nice cross-court dink and falls to the court for a point. And now side out to the Guardians, up 4 serving 1.
After a shaky start in the first set, it does seem like the ALA Guardians are finding their groove.
Nice back row serve. Got to hit it straight up. They're just going to have to get it over in 3. Here comes the attack. Nice recovery off the attack by the Guardians. Here they go once again. Same side and same result. Nice pickup off the back row. And that's a hard one to handle because that was right on the net. And there's no room for error on that. And the point goes over to the Pathfinders now, trailing 2 serving 4 on their side out. The attack by the Guardians picked up by the Pathfinders, over in 2. And that's going to be close. They got it over. Here comes the attack. And out. Nice eye by the back row. That wasn't too far out of bounds. And the point goes to ALA Sierra Vista, up 5, serving 2 now. Ava Olmstead preparing to serve, but a timeout now on the court. And we want to thank also the 520 Sports Talk viewers and maybe even some 602 Sports Talk viewers viewing the game here tonight.
And you named your pages after phone
area codes.
520, primarily the Southeast Arizona.
Southeast Arizona, and 602 was actually the original area code for all of Arizona.
Oh.
When I was a kid, they only had one area code because they didn't have enough population to have multiple. So.
And now 602 is primarily
Central Phoenix.
Big thank you to Sonic of Sierra Vista. Wednesday is Wacky Pack Wednesday. Kids meals are $2.49, and Thursdays 99-cent corn dogs. I love those corn dogs, by the way, at Sonic. I don't know if you ever had those corn dogs over there.
So that was kind of interesting. Thorne came over to the sidelines and snagged a piece of fried chicken before she went out onto the court. Now she's trying to wipe the grease off on her uniform. Here comes the attack by the Pathfinders. Just a little dink. And hits the roof again. But off the block, falls to the floor. And a point for ALA Sierra Vista, now up 6-2 and side out. Nice serve. Cross court. Picked up by the AO over and 2. Nice surprise hit by Thorne. Here comes the attack, and fortunately hits it into the net and side out over to the Pathfinders. Now finding themselves down 3 serving 6, and remarkably, they have not led in this game. In this set, excuse me.
In the set, yeah.
Nice hard serve picked up. And they're going to have to just get it over in 3. Here comes the attack by the Pathfinders into the net for a point for the Guardians.
So it just seems like Sequoia Pathway is a little shaken right now.
They had all the momentum
sharp.
going for them until late in the second set. And then the Guardians kind of snuck up on them and kind of stole that second set. Over in 1. Here comes the attack by the Guardians. Once again, into the net, short. And a point for Sequoia Pathway.
Thank you to Eagle Plumbing, providing expert service in Cochise County for over 50 years. They do everything from leaks to major repairs. Eagle Plumbing, we thank them for their coverage and sponsorship of our coverage, I should say, here on Cool FM Live.
So 4 serving 7 now. Nice serve. Here comes the attack, and once again into the net. That's 3 in a row, Todd, into the net. Otherwise, we'd have a 7-1 game.
Yeah.
A 7-2 game. So now it's 5 serving 7 as the Pathfinders trying to sneak their way back into this one. Nice pickup off the ground. They attack cross court out of bounds. And once again, we have a 1-point match.
It's all tied up 1 set apiece, round 2 of the Canyon Athletic Association playoffs here at Moon Valley High School in Phoenix, Arizona.
So 6 serving 7, the Pathfinders trying to get the tie. And they're just going to have to get it over in 3. Here comes the attack by the Pathfinders. And nice placement on the cross-court dink. And we're tied up at 7 here in set number 3. So Pathfinders coming back from down by 4. Thanks to 3 balls hit into the net by the Guardians. Cross court, here's Thorne, takes it to the back. They're going to have little problems with that, and they'll have to get it over in 3, and they do. Here comes the attack, over in 2. And put away by Sequoia Pathway, and their first lead of the 3rd set.
Well, just when I thought ALA had momentum, Sequoia Pathway comes charging back, but that's how volleyball goes. And these 2 teams are definitely evenly matched.
So whoever wins this set, it puts an immense amount of pressure on the other team. They would have to win the final 2. Nice dig off the floor. Over. And they're going to have to try to get it over in 3. They do. Here comes the attack, cross-court, Thorne. Over.
Oh.
And once again, over in 3 by Sequoia Pathway. Over in 2, and a nice dig by number 11. Logan Mazzanti with a nice place dink to tie the game back up at 8 apiece. Nice serve to the back row. And into the net goes the Pathfinders for a point, and the Guardians retake the lead 9-8.
They got to keep building on this, Bill.
So Logan Mazzanti once again serves, and they're having problems with that one. Oh, creeps it over the net. Here comes the attack by Thorne. Gets it over. And that's going to fall out of bounds, and another point for the Guardians. And they retain the serve, 10-8 now. As Mazzanti Serves a hard serve and too far, out of bounds, side out, the Pathfinders. So substitution, 13 goes out and number 10 comes in for Sequoia Pathway. I don't have their roster. Nice hard serve. Here comes the attack by Thorne. Nice drive, but dug out. And not sure what that rule is. I've seen that hit the roof 3 times now, but for some reason they called the point for the Guardians.
It is a low roof.
Yes, it is. It's an old school.
Yeah, it is.
So 11 serving 9 now, as Dixie Evans will be the server for the Guardians. And nice service ace. Couldn't have come at a better time. That gives them a 3-point cushion now. 12 serving 9. A nice serve by Evans.
This is just what ALA needs. Let's hope they can continue to rack up the points.
And another service ace by Evans. He's on fire, 2 in a row. And now a 5-point advantage for the Guardians. Let's see if they can put him away. Nice deep serve to the back row. Once again, having a little problem getting it over in 3. And that was kind of a one-handed hit by Logan Mazzanti, and she hit it where nobody could pick it up. And side out back over to the Pathfinders now. 10 serving 13. Nice block by the Pathfinders. Here we go, another attack for the Guardians. Over and 1 on a nice dig. Nice block off the top of the net. And just over in 3 as they get it off. Here comes the attack by the Pathfinders. And back over to the Guardians. Kind of handcuffed them at first, and that's going to be a point for ALA Sierra Vista now, up 14-10.
That's a good cushion for ALA.
So Stella Thorne will be the server for the Guardians. Nice hard serve to the back row. And tried to get it over in 3, but a little short. Had a lot of backspin on that ball. So another point, rack up a 5-point lead now for the Guardians. And Stella over in 1. And into the net by the Guardians. That will be a point for the Pathfinders now. And they'll be serving on the side out. 11 serving 15. Over in 1. And down to the back row. And nice court vision on that by the Guardians. I believe that was Ava Olmstead. Number 12. Nice court vision. Just hit it where nobody was. And Pathfinders unable to recover. And now 16 serving 11 as Jaden Richardson is the server. Nice deep serve. Over in 3, not much of an attack. Over in 2, and a nice dink by Stella Thorne. So maybe that piece of fried chicken gave her some luck.
They got to eat more fried chicken.
That's right. And Thorne,
because ever since they took a bite of that fried chicken.
Yeah, they were doing good. Nice deep serve again. And into the net. And things going from bad to worse for the Pathfinders now, finding themselves down by 7. Once again, Richardson serving. Nice long serve and unable to recover. And 19-11 as the Guardians start to pull away. And all the momentum is ALA Sierra Vista right now, forcing a timeout by Sequoia Pathway.
Both teams are tied 1 set apiece. ALA girls now threatening to take a second set to have a 2-1 lead. We'll see what happens here. Still got to get a few more points, but they've got a nice lead here, 19-11. Thank you to Sierra Toyota. They want to buy your car, truck, or SUV. Get your vehicle appraised in 30 minutes or less. No vehicle will be turned away. Sierra Toyota, locally owned, community driven. Thank you to ALLO Fiber, your new home team internet, TV, and phone provider, serving Sierra Vista now. Go to allofiber.com for some of the fastest, actually the fastest internet in Sierra Vista. All right, Bill.
So out of the timeout, both teams return to the court. All the momentum right now is with the Guardians. As Richardson continues to serve, and she's done a whale of a job with the serve. 19 serving 11 here in set number 3. Nice hard serve. Here comes the attack by the Pathfinders. They're just going to have to get it over in 3. Guardians back row. Nice pickup by the Pathfinders. And they go back row, and it's in, just barely in, but a nice cross-court spike by Sequoia Pathway and stops the run of the Guardians. So 12 serving 19 now. Still down by 7. Nice serve back row. Nice recovery by the Guardians, and they're going to hit it a little deeper this time. Now it goes behind, and they're going to have to get it over in 3, and they do not. For point number 20. So 20 serving 12. As Ava Olmstad will be the server, and she serves from the other side of the court. And way far out on the service, or on the spike. Point number 21. 21 points for the Guardians, 12 points for the Pathfinders. Olmstead again, nice deep serve, and not out by much, but it is out. And side out over to Sequoia Pathway. In case you just joined us, Sequoia Pathway took the first set, and the Guardians from ALA Sierra Vista came storming back to take the second set. We're tied at 1, 21-13 right now in set number 3. Tried to get it over, and not quite enough. I still think the momentum is with ALA Sierra Vista, up by 7. But things could change, as you saw how they stormed back in set number 2. Nice hard serve. Comes the attack, and they're just going to have to get it over in 3. She kind of slipped on the court. Little dink on the other side. And over in 2, kind of surprised her. And that's going to be a point for the Guardians. 3 points away from taking a 2-1 lead in sets. Victoria Cerrone with the serve. Nice serve to the back row. And just barely out, boy. And they were lucky on the Guardian side because there was nobody there. And just a little outside the sideline there on the court. 23-14 here. And once again, a service ace. Boy, they've really turned those service aces into gold here in set number 3, Todd. So set points, 24-14. Nice low serve. They're going to have to get it over. And that's your set. As the Guardians come back strong and really didn't give the Pathfinders a chance to win that one. 25-14. The biggest point differential in any of the first 3 sets. Now let's set the table here. ALA Sierra Vista up 2 sets to 1. You have to win 3 sets. So we're going into set 4. Sierra Vista, Sequoia Pathway has to win this next set to have a winner take all 5th set.
And it just seems right now, you know, you look at the girls here on our camera, they're just like, they got their swag back. You know, you can you can tell. You know, again, they've been undefeated, you know, 15-0 and all season long, and then they come here and they lose their first set.
The first of the season. And they kind of looked at each other like, let's not let that happen again.
Yeah.
And they've run off 2 straight now to take a 2-1 set lead here going into set number 4. Once again, Sequoia Pathway has to win this set. If the Guardians win this set, the match is over.
And then they will advance to round 3 of the playoffs for the Canyon Athletic Association. But finally, ALA getting, you know, some momentum here, and they've got a nice 2-1 lead, and they're looking really good right now.
This is a crucial part in the, let me explain this to the fans. This is a crucial set because if Sequoia Pathway wins this to tie it up, the final set only goes to 15 points.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know that.
It's a shortened set. It only goes to 15. You still have to win by 2, but you cannot get down early because there's not a lot of volleyball left to come back from a big deficit.
Yeah. Big thank you to Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard, and now open Saturdays from 9 until 2. Proud supporter of our young athletes and our coverage here on Cool FM Live all season long of basketball, football, volleyball, wrestling, soccer, baseball. Am I missing a sport, Bill?
Softball, you say?
Yeah, softball as well. We try to cover it all.
Got to give the girls some love.
Absolutely.
And that's why Todd picked me up off the transfer portal, for that keen insight that I bring.
That's right.
All right, coming up in set number 4, they're taking a little longer between sets. The girls, I'm sure, can be a little tired. At this point in a volleyball match, your legs are not as fresh as they are, obviously, in the first couple of sets. So now the coach found out that Stella Thorne did take a piece of chicken. But hey, they won that 3rd set, so don't mess with success.
Whatever it takes.
That's right. Thorne, a very, very accomplished athlete, a volleyball player, along with all of her teammates.
ALA leading 2-1 here in the Canyon Athletic Association Round 2 playoffs at Moon Valley High School in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm Todd Ryan, along with Bill McCulloch of 520 Sports, as well as 602 Sports.
602 Sports Talk, 520 Sports Talk. We cover the bottom half of the state.
That's right. Well, this is exciting. Let's see what happens here.
Winner goes to round 3 in the Canyon Athletic Association playoffs, state playoffs. And while we've got a little bit of a timeout, tell the viewers about ALA Sierra Vista. Is that a charter school, a private school? Or?
Well, it is a public school.
It's a public school, okay.
Public charter school.
Okay,
I believe that's how it is.
I know there's a lot of ALA schools across the state.
And anybody can join it for free.
Okay.
Yep. And they had a really good basketball program as well, boys basketball. Had some success last season.
Okay, here we are underway in set 4. Big spike, a little too far and too wide, out of bounds. and the Sequoia Pathway girls take a 1-0 lead. They need to win this set or the match is over. ALA Sierra Vista up 2-1. Nice serve, picked up off the ground, over in 2. Here comes the attack by the Pathfinders. Cross court. Thorne gets it over, but into the net, so it's going to be a point for the Pathfinders as she couldn't stop her momentum and went into the pylon that holds the net up on the near side. Once again, the Pathfinders serving. Here comes the attack of the Guardians. Thorne with a nice hard smash, and the point, side out, Guardians. Long serve, and they decide to hit it. They could have probably been out. Hits the roof. They do get it over in 3. Across, back over to the Pathfinders. Partial block, and off the block and the point. So Sequoia Pathway with a quick 2-point lead, 3-1. And they'll get the side out serve. Back row serve. Thorne over in 2 where nobody was. Nice heads up and nice court vision by Stella Thorne. And that draws the Guardians within 1. Now 2 serving 3.
And the Guardians, if you're just joining us, are leading 2-1 tonight.
Jaden Richardson will be the server for ALA Sierra Vista. Deep serve, nice serve. Kind of handcuffed her on the back row. Here comes the attack, partially blocked. Thorne sets up for the spike. Kind of slips on that far side. And out of bounds, but off the fingertips of a Guardian. And point goes over to the Pathfinders. I'm wondering, Todd, that's the 3rd or 4th slip on that side. I think they may need to take a towel to the court. I would hate to see any of the players get injured. A nice recovery by Sequoia Pathway, but into the net for a Guardian point. And side out back over to ALA Sierra Vista. It'll be 3 serving 4. And Dixie Evans now serving for the Guardians. Evans, excuse me. So point ties it up 4 apiece. And I'll tell you, this is going to be an exciting match, or set, excuse me, because the Pathfinders, with their backs against the wall, have no room for error. Nice serve and a service ace. And the Guardians retake the lead 5-4 here in set number 3. In case you just joined us, the Pathfinders opened up and took the first set, and the Guardians took the next 2 sets to take a 2-1 lead. Back row serve and kind of handcuffed number 2, and another point for ALA Sierra Vista. Evans with a nice back row serve. Here comes the Pathfinder attack. Kind of handcuffed them back over in 3. Go the Guardians. And just short. Unable to retrieve the ball on the Pathfinder side. The point goes over to the Guardians. Now up 7-4. Once again, if the Guardians win this set, they will have taken the match and moved on to round 3 of the playoffs. If the Pathfinders take the set, we'll have a winner-take-all abbreviated 5th set to 15. Once again, a good serve. And they just have to get it over in 3 hits. Over in 2 by, once again, Stella Thorne with great court vision on that. Hits it on the second hit and dinks it over right where there wasn't anybody for the point. Once again, evens with the serve. And cross court just out of bounds. Once again, point over to the Guardians and a 9-4 advantage. Evans has done a remarkable job serving on this 4th set. Kind of handcuffed it and out of bounds, so point over to the Pathfinders as they break the run of the Guardians, now 5 serving 9.
SSVEC, our presenting sponsor, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, serving our community.
Nice deep serve, kind of handcuffed the Guardians over in 3. And that's about all the Pathfinders. A nice pickup by number 4 for the Guardians. That ball almost hit the ground. And point goes over to ALA Sierra Vista, but I'll tell you what made that play was Annalise Vasquez picking that ball up right off the top of the court to keep the rally alive and ended up winning it for the Guardians in a 10-5 lead. Once again, nice serve to the back row. They're having problems with that serve. Over in 3. Here comes the Guardians on the attack. Deep and just inside the line. Point, Sierra Vista.
Clear momentum with ALA. They see.
And a timeout goes to Sequoia Pathway. And I'll tell you, I don't think they know what hit them. They were flying high after that first set victory and giving the Guardians their first set loss of the entire season. On this side. And we just got some inside information that one of the Guardians is actually in 8th grade playing up, Gracie Danes. Gracie Danes, an 8th grader, playing up. Interesting.
Talented young lady.
Yeah. Kind of like me having a fake ID says I'm 18.
Yeah. Kind of, I guess.
All right. So good for her.
Thank you to Barnett's Towing and Barnett's Propane, serving our community since 1963. Exciting moments here at Moon Valley High School in Phoenix, Arizona.
So
ALA on the
Victoria
break.
Saron with the serve. Just hit the top of the net short and side out over to Sequoia Pathway. It'll be 6 serving 11 as the Guardians have a 5-point cushion in set number 4. If they win this set, they will take the match. Nice hard spike to the back row, but a nice pickup by the Pathfinders. And just kind of a whiff on the spike attempt by number 10. That's point number 12. And the Guardians nearly halfway to their goal here, doubling up the score, 12-6. Logan Mazzanti with the serve. Nice long serve, or too long, out of bounds. Side out Pathfinders.
Thank you for watching our coverage here on Cool FM Live Facebook. Follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Cool FM Live.
Bourne just a little far for a point for the Pathfinders now. It'll be 8 serving 12.
Eight or 7?
Makes that 7. I thought that they didn't change the scoreboard. It's 7 serving 12. And that's going to be trouble and fall on the floor before they could recover. And now it's 8 serving 12. Middle of the court serve. Here comes the attack. They kind of ran into each other, but did get the ball over. And nice recovery. Can they get it over? No. And a point goes to the Pathfinders. Now they're creeping up, only down by 2. 10 serving 12, as they've run off 4 in a row now since it was 12-6. Off the top of the net, still playable. And over in the 3. Nearly hits the roof. And here comes the attack for the Pathfinders. Back over to the Guardians. Big smash off the fingertips of the front line. And to the back row. And over in 3 for the Guardians. Nice recovery. Once again, high sets. Here comes the Pathfinders. Nice dig by number 11, Logan Mazzanti. And that turns it into a point for the Guardians now as they stop the Pathfinders run. They had a 4-point run there. Coming back from 12-6, it's 13-10 now.
Yeah, ALA needed that to stop the momentum that the Pathfinders, Sequoia, was slowly getting back.
So Gracie Daines, is this the 8th grader?
I think, no, that's number 8, isn't it?
Number 8.
Number 1 was the one who just...
I think she's the 8th grader.
Did he say 8 or 1?
Yeah. Is Gracie Daines the 8th grader? I believe she's the 8th grader. We'll check it out. Kind of handcuffed her on the one serve and hit it right where nobody was. And point over to the Guardians, 14-11. As Stella Fried Chicken Thorne will be serving. Nice serve to the middle of the court. Here comes the attack by the Pathfinders. Hard smash out of bounds for point number 15 for the Guardians, as Thorne will serve it again. And she's a very accomplished server as well. Nice backspin on that serve. Here comes and whistle blew. Let's see what happens. Not sure what happened. I think they made it cross the line and point over to the Guardians. Nice low serve by Thorne that time, and over in 3, and that's just barely out, but nice eye by Dixie Evans.
ALA starting to gradually pull away.
So
here.
Pulling back away and putting their own run on are the Guardians. Once again, Thorne's long serve. They shouldn't have hit that. That would have been out, but the libero ended up taking the attempt at it and point over to the Guardians. Shouldn't that be 18?
Thought so. I think he's checking right now.
Maybe I don't know if you can challenge it in volleyball or not, but that should be point number 18.
Yep, there it is.
There we go.
Just went up.
Once again, keen insight by that 520 guy, huh?
Yeah. That's why we have you here.
That's why
Bill.
he pays me the big money. Here comes the attack for the Guardian off the net, but trickles over on the Guardian side for a point. Not much they could do with that one. So side out, stopping the run of the Guardians, but now once again, Sequoia Pathway finds themselves down by 6 going into the last part of the 4th set. Nice hard set to the back row. Here comes the attack. Thorne over in 3. And once again, the same thing on the Pathway side, over in 3. Here comes the smash off the block. And unable to handle it for a point. Logan Mazzanti with a great smash mid-court. So Jaden Richardson will now be serving for the Guardians. up 19-12. They need 6 points and to advance to the next round. Nice serve and a service ace right off the shoe top of number 13 for the Pathfinders for point number 20.
ALA up 2-1. On the verge of winning this playoff matchup.
Into the net, and the Pathfinders get a reprieve, at least temporarily there, and they will be 13 serving 20. As Blaine Watson comes in for the Guardians. And nice. There's your Victoria Sarin with the point, 21 serving 13. As Dixie Evans will continue to serve here, trying to put the nail in the coffin here, and a very happy, joyous bus ride back to Sierra Vista. Off the shoe top, nice recovery. Here's the over and 3. Thorne hits it kind of cockeyed. Here we go. Nice pickup. Once again, hits the roof. Whistle blew. And apparently, I'm not sure what happened, but the point went over to Sierra Vista. So Evans trying to put this one away. Nice serve. Right off the shoe top. They're going to have a hard time getting this one over, and they don't. So 23-13, a 10-point lead. And we'll give you a quick wrap-up after the match, just to tell you the way that the Guardians may be victorious. We still got a little volleyball left. Nice over and 2 by, once again, Stella Fried Chicken Thorne with the back corner smash. Nice. I still don't think the coach knows she took her chicken. So it's set. It's not only set point, it's match point for the Guardians. Match point here, 24-13. Here we go. Here comes the attack for Sequoia Pathway. Gets it over. And just a little dink. Kind of handcuffed her. Here we go. They'll get it over in 3. Partially tipped. And I think that was hard to recover because it was just tipped a little bit, and it kind of threw the trajectory of the ball off. And the Pathfinders live to play another serve.
Thank you to Grasshopper Landscaping. Quality from the ground up. Contact them for all of your landscaping needs, including pool cleaning services as well.
So once again, match point. Here we go. And there's your match. As the ALA Sierra Vista Guardians come back after losing the first set and run off 3 consecutive sets, 25-14 here in set number 4 to take the match and advance to round number 3 of the Canyon Athletic Association state playoffs. Boy, I'll tell you, Todd, even though it was 3-1, that was some high-intensity volleyball. And after going down in the first set to run off 3 in a row was quite an accomplishment for the Guardians.
Well, maybe this is the coach's husband right here down below us. Maybe we can ask a few questions of him. Now, where do the girls go next?
Monday night we play at ASU for state championship.
So this is the semifinals then?
Yes.
So this actually was the semifinal game. Okay. So you play now for the state championship. Do you know what time you guys will be playing yet?
7 p.m.? 6 p.m.
Now, are you playing in Desert Financial Arena or in Mullet Arena?
It's the Desert
at DFA?
Financial.
Okay. I was at DFA earlier for the ASU basketball game for the women today.
Well, this is exciting. Well, congratulations, and we'll try to cover that game on Monday night. We'll try to be back here.
Perfect.
I have a show, but I want you guys to cover it.
Oh, you got a show?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, well. trying to cover it for the state championship here for the Canyon Athletic Association. State championship, there you have it. ALA winning the, what would be known as the
Semifinals. We thought it was the quarterfinals. It was the semifinals. And on to Arizona State University Monday night for the winner-take-all state championship match. I'm not sure who they're going to play. I don't know even if the coach knows yet, but I'm sure it'll be a quality team.
Ridgeline Academy.
Ridgeline Academy, and they were from where?
Where are they out of?
I believe they're from Anthem.
Anthem. Okay, so Anthem is up to 17, just south of Carefree. I had a baseball team on my show from Anthem a few years back.
Yeah.
So that'll be ALA Sierra Vista versus the kids from Anthem for the state final championship live on Cool FM. They'll be at Desert Financial Arena on the campus of Arizona State University. So just a quick recap.
Yeah.
That was kind of an interesting match after going down in the first set and actually losing the first set of the whole season. But they were resilient enough to take that set two, and that was actually a really close set. Had Sequoia Pathway won that second set, that would have put all kinds of pressure onto ALA Sierra Vista having to win the final three sets to take it away, and that would have been a 5-set match.
Right.
So congratulations to the girls of the Guardians. Excited, I'm sure, as you can see, and they are going to be in the state finals Monday night at Arizona State University. So that's going to wrap it up for us here at Cool FM. Once again, we want to thank all of our quality sponsors for providing the coverage for this match, and we will see you Monday night.